First of all, let me thank you and thank ASP for this important occasion to meet with many of our colleagues and friends and talking about the American project, the American policy, the relations between Egypt and the United States, and a lot of other issues of mutual importance. As for your question, of course, you are aware of the roadmap that the Egyptian public opinion has accepted as a matter of consensus, that certain steps will have to be taken in order to prepare for the new Egypt. So the roadmap started by the Constitution, writing a Constitution, amending the old Constitution, along the basic lines of democracy and democratic processes. And I'm really proud that I participated in this endeavor and produced a very liberal constitution worthy of the 21st century, and that constitution was met with overwhelming support by the voters, by the Egyptian voters. First and foremost, the chapters on rights, on liberties, against the discrimination in all its forms, the economic development, the social justice, the separation of powers, the decentralization of the old traditional centralized power that Egypt was known for. This constitution will form the basis for our new political life, and in fact our new life in general. The upcoming presidential elections, which is the second step in the roadmap, will be based on the rights and responsibilities of the new presidents, but all within a democratic system that will have the president elected every 4 years, for a period of 4 years, and only twice, exactly as here in America. Also, the balance in power between the president, the cabinet, and the parliament. This is, in fact, is the second crucial step in normalizing the situation in Egypt, to be followed by the elections, the parliamentary elections, which is expected to take place within 2 months, immediately after the Ramadan and August, perhaps it will be in September or so. But that will have to be done, will have to be organized within the time frame as decided by the Constitution. That all those elections will have to come to an end before 6 months of a certain date. That is why we have the sense of optimism, and that we can make it, and I'm sure we are going to make it.
And you mentioned these two huge elections coming up. What is your advice to the candidates, and what is your advice to ordinary Egyptians?
Well, I'm not talking about advice, but I would say that all of us should follow the steps as decided by the Constitution. The Constitution, talking about the future, about the stability in the country, about the rights, obligations, powers, etc. So, in my opinion, this is our guide to the new Egypt. The implementation, the respect of the Constitution, and the legislation of the laws stipulated by the Constitution. As you know, the Constitution is not to be applied directly, but through laws and regulations that will have to be adopted, and this is their job. of our new parliament that will be in place within a few, very few months. I believe that Egyptians, all of them, all of us, feel that the failure of previous governments will have to be reversed. The bad management of the country will have to be replaced by a good, solid management based on the constitution, based on a plan for the future, based on the responsibility of all of us Egyptians to work hard to achieve, to rebuild the country and to achieve a better future for a population that will reach 100 million people within very few years.
And you've been here in the United States for a few days. How do you feel that both Egypt and the United States can help strengthen and take forward their strategic partnership?
I am really grateful for our friends and colleagues here in the United States. We talked very frankly about the future relations. I talked about a new paradigm for those relations, that Egypt of the future will be very far different from Egypt of the past, or even the present, which requires a new set of relations. We give priority to our relations with the United States. We hope that the U.S. will give the same priority to the American relations with Egypt. We live in a changing world, a different world. But we need to coordinate, and we need to cooperate, and we need to protect our mutual interests.
Well, I'd just like to thank you very much for spending some time with us and explaining the new paradigm that we face.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.